What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Hammer Lecter, and today we got another figure here to be added into this Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse wave, and this is of course the main man here, Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara. So in today's video, what we're gonna do is of course check out the figure, go through the articulation, accessories and all that good stuff, and of course give you my thoughts and my opinions at the end. So yes, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, so I did kind of try to hold it off on this figure because yes, I know this figure and this whole wave came out a few months ago, but I recently got this after the movie because I thought the movie was really good, and I decided to get it, and it was really hard to actually get this figure already. So props out to this, and yeah, I just was really tempted because if I had to do this video, I had to open this up. You know, I like to keep one of these type of packages right in the box, but it is what it is. I'm going to open it because other than this review, I just want to check out how good is this figure. So we have the other figures from this wave here. This does follow the retro cut style, but it also does give the modern approach, which I really do like. And that's one of the reasons why I think Hasbro used to sell really well, because last time they had this kind where again people like me would buy a figure which is going to be open and one more which would be in a case like this, which looks really nice. So without further talking anymore, let's just open this bad boy up. Alright, so here we have the Spider-Man 2099 figure, and to be honest, I think it looks really good. Same with this whole wave so far. Like initially when I did see it in the stores, it looked very McDonald's Happy Meal kind, but after the movie and definitely like just opening it from the box, it does look pretty decent, I would say. I mean, it looks pretty cool, but one thing I don't like about this wave so far is the lack of accessories here. So we have the open hands here, like this is more the grabby hands to maybe grab mouse or whatsoever, and it does give you a good amount of details, as you can see from the knuckles and on the top of his hands. And on him here we do have the closed fisted hands, which isn't a lot, to be honest. And yeah, as you can see, he is top heavy. This whole wave is a little bit funny in the sense in terms of the body mold, and you can see that from here because the feet are very small. I wouldn't say it's not that accurate, but you know, it is what it is, and I gotta say it looks cool. So bringing this a little bit closer, we can see that it does give you a good amount of details on the face here. You can see there's a few lines that goes through on his red markings over here. The blue on the top is very plain and very basic. There's no other lines. I think the SHF ones that will be coming out later on somewhere next year or something like that, that one does have a lot more details on the chest. But if you've seen the movie itself, it doesn't really give that. So I think this one here is pretty accurate, I would say. And if you go on to the chest as well, it looks pretty decent. Good amount of lines as well. Again, does give it that more futuristic look and appeal to it. And it follows down through his torso here and over onto his legs as well. So good amount of details and sculpting there. Nice paint work so far. Not a lot of obvious paint splodges I can see here. And on the arms here, they do have these nice tentacles and fangs on his wrist here and on his arms. And you can see that he does have the new double jointed pinless elbows and knees here, which is really cool. And he does have his cape here as well, which I think maybe they could have given us maybe a detachable one, because there were times that he didn't have the cape as well. You know, it did come out sometimes when, you know, he want to get to his vampire mode or whatsoever. And they could have easily given us an extra head sculpt here, which would have been really awesome. But it is what it is. It looks really nice. But one thing I want to highlight to you guys here is that if you pull back the torso, this thing here is really bad. I mean, I don't know why Hasbro didn't continue with the line work here. They could just easily paint a little bit more red on him, not to make it so obvious, because if you're gonna make him into some flying pose or whatsoever, it's really bad. And let's check out the back here. Back here is pretty cool because there's nothing much to him. And with that all being said, now let's go on to articulation. So in terms of the head movement, it does use a dumbbell joint, so you can go up all the way this much here, and you can tilt all the way down here as well. You can of course kind of rotate it as much as you want. You do get some nice pivoting over here on his head. And going on to the arms, you can spread out all the way this much here. You won't get a full-on nice T-pose, but pretty decent, I would say. You can of course rotate it as much as you want, and you do have some nice bicep swivel over here. And like I mentioned before, you get your pinless jointed elbows here, which is pretty tight, but it does go back quite a fair bit amount. And going on to the wrist rotation, you got some nice rotation here and a hinge up and down. Same thing as well for the open hands. And going on to the torso, you can crunch forward this much, and you can crunch backwards a little bit here, which is quite a lot actually, I would say. It's hindered a little bit by the cape. And you do have a nice waist rotation here. And also that is much about it. Going on to the legs, you can spread out quite a fair bit amount here, and you can kick forward quite a bit, almost 90 degrees here. And you can go on to the upper thigh swivel, really good. And pinless jointed knees, which goes back quite far, I would say, kicking almost his back. Really nice. And no calf rotation, but you do get excellent ankle pivots and a hinge up and down as well. Alright, so here he is next to some other 29.99 figures. I don't have the retro one because I don't want to open it from my packaging, but this one does follow the same exact model, which does follow the Pizza Spiderman body mold. And this one here is pretty cool, but I noticed that the waist on those figures were really tight. So what I had to do was actually heat up the figure multiple times and use a nice blade to really just get the cut on it to make it move. And we also have the all new, all different Spider-Man 2099, which I think is really cool, but the white does get a little bit yellow after some time, but this one so far does look really cool. Amazing amount of poses with him. And we can see with the new 2099, it is way taller compared to the other ones over here, and it's about the 6.5 inch mark. I don't have the measurement tape with me over here, but it is about there. And I gotta say, I mean, all three of them actually look really cool. And here are some other characters from the Across the Spider-Verse whole wave. We have the Spider-Man Noir from the 2-pack with the Spider-Ham. We have also Jessica Drew, we have Miles Morales, we have also Peter B. Parker, both of them. This is from the Stiltman Build-A-Figure. And we also have the Spot, and we also have the SBDR buff, which we did see at the end of the movie. Alright, so that is it with the Spider-Man 2099 figure. And for a rating, I will give this a nice solid 7 out of 10. I mean, it is definitely lacking in a lot of accessories, but as a figure itself, it looks pretty cool. It does use a new body mold, it does give you pinless joints, and definitely the movie did help it a lot to give it a better rating, because with the plastic, I did feel that it was very Happy Meal-ish, but overall, like when you post it with the other Spider-Verse characters, it looks really nice, and it's definitely a great addition for your collection into the whole Spider-Man collection, right? Like if you want a 2099, I think this one's a really great figure. But of course, these are just my thoughts and my opinions. Leave yours in the comment section down below, and of course I will check it out. If you guys want to find me, you can do so on my Instagram at the Humble Lecter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.